Good afternoon on this day of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And in the United States, it's a holiday. And he was a remarkable man. But today I'm not going to talk about Dr. King. I have other things I want to talk about, but I did put in a website. It's a Facebook page or a YouTube of coffee, current events in politics with Luqman Nation. And that's Jackie and AB Luqman, who are political commentators. And check them out because they have a nice piece today on their site that Dr. King wrote himself. And today, really what got me going today was I was reviewing things from the last couple of weeks. And as you know, hello, everybody. I've been doing the Hopium series, the candidate interviews with progressive candidates that support the OFF Act, which is off fossil fuels for a better future. Because it's the only game in town. And we really do need something to motivate us politically to be involved. And what better is there but our climate? What other thing is so important on the level of breathing and on the level of living? Nothing. I mean, everything is important, but nothing's important. As we show you on the page with the articles all about the Arctic ice and pollution and the environment and people doing things and all of those types of things. But what struck me today was looking at Extinction Radio today. They've got a new broadcast up, and it's their first time they've done video. Extinction Radio has always been a video audio podcast, and now they are doing some different things. And Jennifer Hines, who is my friend, who I met in October in Colorado when I went to Carolyn Baker and Dean Walker's what do you call it, like life session, because that's basically what it was. We dealt with things in our lives, and we dealt with, emotions related to climate change and runaway climate change and abrupt climate change and pollution and civilization and capitalism and democracy and then things like bad backs that frustrate people. You know, we dealt with it all. So I was very excited to see this, and they are going to be going forward now with this. And I urge everybody to check it out. I thought today was interesting because they showed a couple of clips from Derek Jensen. And he had said, he was talking about alternative fossil fuels. And he says, industry, it takes passive fuels to mine and things needed. So everything he was talking about for solar and for wind takes fossil fuels to get there and mine them. And what made his talk today that I listened to particularly poignant was the fact that I'm talking to so many candidates now about their platforms with climate change, and everyone is for renewables. Everyone is for the changeover to renewable energy. And then comes where Derek makes his points, and I do understand it, is that if we have renewable energy implementation, we implement it all, will we stop consuming? Or is this just a way to look for more consumption just by a different means, which is also not sustainable? So I thought that was pretty interesting in light of these interviews that I have been conducting. and they have been very interesting. I have liked everyone that I've talked to. I hope that you all have. They've certainly got wonderful messages, Dorothy and Sarah and David. Then I just wanted to go a little bit with my jaded optimism on current events. I suppose that's what I can call it. The hopium, but it's like a jaded optimism, because when you see everything that's going on, you feel, my God, it's overwhelming. How are we ever going to get out of this? But it's a daily thing. You live your life every day, one day at a time, and don't portray so far in the future that it gets you depressed. I mean, a lot of people do. And it's a frustration because we know we have to solve these problems. We know we have to change our political course. We know that there are so many obstacles in our way. Capitalism in its current form and structure in the United States, democracy and capitalism are corrupted. So we've got a huge bridge to cross if we can. But I'm going to remain with the jaded optimism. That's why I'm interviewing these people, because I think they're in their genre where they are at is needed, and very badly needed, to fill a void. There's no real one person standing up in our progressive environmental movement with saying they have the answer, and that's never going to happen. But we've had Bernie Sanders, who awakened this movement. Really, he awakened a lot of you, right? I mean, I've got so many people with me that we started together because of Bernie Sanders. And we've got to keep going, no matter how the news looks. And it is, what can I say? It is scary and sad. We've had what's happened in California. Forest fires, mudslides, hurricanes, tornadoes. I mean, I talk about this stuff because it's in the environmental news. And there is not a whole lot, as I've said before, that is fabulous to look at and read. I mean, yeah, it's cool to see these innovations that all these other countries are doing. I like to see it. And the United States can be here too. But we're watching, we're at a standstill. We subsidize the fossil fuel industry. We are not wanting to help the solar industry, which also reminds me to go back and listen to that piece by Derek, because he talks about solar and use of solar, and really how this is not the panacea for all either, is these renewables. But, I don't have the answer. I just bring out information, interesting people. I do have my thoughts, and most of you know where I lean. But I think as a journalist, this kind of genre, it is really the best to just interview objectively. And I try not to put my subjective too much. I get excited, I get happy. But in order to serve you well and do what we see is in the vision, I don't want to cloud your judgment in making decisions about the material that we bring to you. Okay? So that being said, let me say hi to a couple of people with us. Hello, Erin, on this Monday. Hello, May, and Heidi, and Dee Dee. Hi, and Ed. It is so cool. It is to come on today and share those things that I thought about, and those important people with voices also, and such a wide variety of voices, from Jackie and AB all the way over to Jennifer Hines and Mike Farragon and Dean Walker and Carolyn Baker. And they're the voices in the so-called, doomosphere. But really, they're in communication with us over abrupt climate change and what is happening and how can we deal with it and support, have support for all these things. And I guess that's what we are too. A support group. You support each other in comments. And on the YouTube, it's the same thing. YouTube is a little different. YouTube is, I've got some great people that come on and comment on YouTube. We do. And in fact, on the website Endeavor, we've got a guy named Mark, who is a really prolific writer. And I've read one of his pieces before on Environmental Coffee House. And he's agreed that he will do some writing for us. And he's really, really, really nice and interesting. And he is a vegan and he has animals and loves animals. And he has a very unique perspective on life that will be inspiring. And I think a lot of people will identify with and feel good about themselves and the world around them when they read Mark's writing. George Bernard has agreed to help us with editing. So we're making little strides. Linda built the website. My thing is right now I'm slow. I need to learn two-party encryption. I'm trying to learn video editing. And at the same time, we're doing work in the house, putting floors in because I can't vacuum. I can't do it anymore. My bad back, it is what it is. And I'm fortunate enough that my husband and his brother can do this after having that accident and that most of you know about. So to make this not too long, just to pop on and give you those interesting places I think you would like to go today. And we'll put them on our website also. We'll put up Extinction Radio. These people are incredibly talented, all of them that I talked about today. And it's really, that's what gives me some jaded optimism. Jaded on one way because it's so ugly out there, and optimistic on one way because we have these amazing people that we touch. They touch each other. They touch me, you, all of you, despite the world going to shit. Despite the fact that, I do see some kind of collapse in the future, but I don't know if it'll be in my life or not. But I don't live my life every day surrounded by all those things. And there is a lot that could happen. You have to make that choice, no matter what it is, to try to be happy or satisfied or look for something that fulfills you, like I've done with this. And all of you, I think, are pretty motivated that follow us in this kind of genre. So for today, I'm going to say sayonara, peace and all. I really just wanted to pop in and touch base and thank everyone that's watched the interviews and that sticks with us. Peace. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.